how's it going? It's me, Betty Jean. Today's video, I wanted to talk about Valentine's themed palettes. I have 10 palettes in front of me that I feel like fit the Valentine's theme so well. Some are very in-your-face Valentine's themed. Some are more just, I think it's a Valentine's theme based on the color story. Now, there are definitely way more Valentine's palettes out there, things that you might have in your collection that I don't have, things that may be coming soon that I just don't have yet. I just think it's so cutesy. I love the hearts, the pinks, the reds, the purples. I think it's all so fun. I love like a more spooky anti-Valentine's Day theme, Halloween theme. I love any excuse to get excited about like a holiday or a season. It just fuels my soul and I think it's fun. It's just something to get excited about, you know? Before we hop into talking about these 10 palettes, I did of course film this look. It should already be up on my channel by the time this video goes up. It's part of a recent 3 looks, 3 palettes video. And as far as my accessories today go, these are earrings from Spooky Doodle Club, and this is just an old basic choker. So without further ado, let's just chat about these palettes. Ooh, I'm so excited. I'm talking about these in no particular order. I just kind of have them stacked like small to big. And we're just gonna get into it. I'll have all of these linked down below for you. I can't promise every single thing will be available. Some of these I've had in my collection for quite some time. This is more so just to serve as a fun little video and a way to showcase things in my collection and maybe a way for you to pick through your collection. Maybe you can come up with your own little Valentine's stash. I also have played with all of these palettes, so if you want to like actually see them in action, you can just search my channel. You can usually just search BATTYBEAN, name of palette, and things will pop up. I have things on like Instagram, YouTube Shorts, all that good stuff if you want to see some inspo, but we're just going to talk about these today. So let's get into it. First, I have the Wicked Widow Lovesick palette. This is so cute. This came out last year. I love this just like small, more book style palette. I love the 8 pans. It's just such a cute, soft, muted little vibe. I love just the pinks and the little splashes of purple. It's just a fun, playful little palette. I feel like Wicked Widow Beauty has really beautiful formulas. Their most recent palette, the Tales of Terror, definitely their best palette so far, but this was such a cute one as well. The shimmers are so pretty and their mattes perform really nicely. This is such a fun, just cutesy little launch. I feel like there's quite a range of Valentine's-y palettes I'm gonna talk about today. Some are very cute and whimsical like that one, and some are like this next one. This is the Bitten from Gourmande Girls. This is their newest release and it is so great. Very much an in-your-face, spooky, vampire, Halloween sort of palette. This is my favorite palette of the year so far. I mean, I know it's only February, but this is just so stinking gorgeous. I love these moody vibes. I love the splashes of rich, dark, vampy purple, the reds, the berry pinks, the smoky tones. It's just so dark and dramatic and amazing. The shimmers are incredible and the mattes just blend beautifully. Gourmand Girls has just been killing it lately. I think they do such a good job and this is my favorite palette they've done so far. I just love these colors. I love this theming. Like, give me Halloween meets Valentine's Day any day. This is just so wonderful. Next up is another release for Valentine's this year. This is D'Evroon's newest palette, The Smitten. This is very much like a Valentine's Day cat themed palette and that just screams to me. It's absolutely perfect. It's just so fun. We have smoky tones. We have splashes of pink, purple, red. I love pink, purple, red. It is such a good combination to me. So anytime a palette has it, it just makes me so happy. Beautiful shifty shimmers, so incredible, so show-stopping. I've been really impressed with this. I feel like this brand has been doing a great job at just continuing to improve with every release. They're still a fairly new brand, and this one, it makes me very happy. I just think the whole theming, the colors, it's just so fun. So fun. Smitten Kitten, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Next up is what I'm wearing right now. This is the Morally Grey from Beaute Bar. This is their Valentine's launch from this year, and it's so cute. This packaging is so fun with the reflect, and then the pans are literally heart-shaped. So cute. Like, I feel like there's never been a more in-your-face like Valentine's release just because of the heart pans. It's so cute. Very much like smoky, sultry vibes with pops of like a softer, dusty pink. So pretty. And I also feel like with this only being 9 pans and a very specific color story, it's still pretty versatile. Like, you can do things that are very dark and dramatic and gray, smoky, or you can do things that are a little bit lighter like I did today. The shimmers that are in this palette are honestly on another level. They are so pretty, and I've just been really impressed. This is one of my favorite brands, and I was so stoked to see this launch. Also from this brand, I have to talk about last year's. This was kind of their anti-Valentine's Day palette. This is the Dead Roses. I love the theming so much, and the insides are so cool. Remember when I said I love red, purple, pink? You can't get much more red, purple, pink than this. It's just so pretty, so vibrant, but still smoky. It's so cool. I love all the different shifts with these shimmers, so many pretty tones. I love that you can really kind of mix and match and play with different combinations, or you could do things that are a little more monochromatic if that's more your speed. So pretty. This brand just has such amazing formulas. The mattes are so blendable and wonderful, and the shimmers are just so beautiful. So show-stopping, and I just absolutely love it. I love this palette. I think it's so pretty. I am really excited about it. Next up is another launch from this year. This is Cosmic Brush's newest palette. This is the Lovers. I'm obsessed with the tarot theme. Tarot meets Valentine's Day. It's also giving like magical, whimsical. It's so cool. Just absolutely gorgeous. I love it so much. And the insides are just so soft, more of like a muted, romantic sort of vibe. It's so pretty. It's giving like, I don't know, like a Renaissance painting or something. It's so pretty. The sagey greens and the soft blues, the dusty pinks and plums into like more of these like warmer orangey neutrals. It's just such a good, very pleasing to the eye combination. I love this brand. Also one of my favorites. I mean, a lot of these brands are some of my top favorite brands, but Cosmic Brush is specifically one of my favorite brands as well. I love their formulas. The shimmers are so pretty. Everything from the traditional metallics to the more shifty multi-chromes. Their mattes are so pigmented and just so easy to blend out, and I'm always so excited about a new release from them, and this was just such a spot-on theme. It is so fun and so beautiful. Next is one that I'm pretty certain doesn't exist anymore. Like I said, if it does exist, I will have everything linked down below, but I'm pretty sure this one got discontinued. This is the Nomad Cosmetics Verona Love and Death. I think this was their Valentine's palette like 2 years ago, I want to say. This has been out for a hot minute, and I loved this one when it released. It's kind of like a double palette, so we have like the Death side, which is very just smoky, darker tones. And then we have the Love side, which is more like pinky reds. So pretty. And then of course you could just pair them together. I love kind of the contrasting sides. I think it's so fun that you could focus on them as two individual 9 pans if you wanted, or you can really mix and match between the two. I think it's such a fun theme. I just love this. This one is also kind of giving like grungy, romantic, spooky Valentine's in a way with the whole love and death sort of thing. It's just so fun. Really pretty shimmers, lots of fun, impactful mattes. I love all the different undertones of pink and red, and I love just the smokiness on this side. This was a really fun release. I thought this was really creative and very cute. So the next 3 are ones that aren't technically Valentine's releases. 2 of them I feel like still could kind of have that romantic theming. One of them, not really at all. It's just the color story that screams Valentine's to me. First is the Vivid Rose from Give Me Glow. Now, I don't think this came out as a Valentine's release. This actually, I think, came out to be the sister palette to the Vintage Rose, which is a very beloved palette in my collection. But come on, this is a Valentine's palette 1,000 times over. The pinks and purples, so cute. Again, it's very much just supposed to be kind of a pinky, gardeny sort of palette, but it's Valentine's Day in my mind. It's so cool. I love just how it's very pink over here and just slowly gets like to a vibrant purple to more of a smoky purple. Even these taupey mauve shades do, I feel like, suit this palette really nicely. Really pretty metallics. I don't know if this palette still exists. I know Give Me Glow did a big rebrand where a lot of their palettes have been either discontinued or redone to fit smaller pans, so I don't know if this is one of those palettes. Again, I'll link it down below if I can. But this was definitely one that I consider to be a perfect Valentine's palette. And I mean, roses, you know, I can justify this one in my mind as a Valentine's palette. Next is the one that's definitely not a Valentine's release. It was very much a Halloween release, but I can justify it as Halloween. This is the Lunar Beauty Moonspell Volume 2. The second I laid eyes on this, I was like, yes, Valentine's Day. I will just never get over the packaging of this. I really hope he continues to like expand this like series. Like, I don't need new Moonspell palettes often. Like, I kind of want them to be spread out because the first one and this one were, I think, like 2 or 3 years apart. It's been a few years since this one, but I feel like if ever, you know, 3 or 4 years or so, we just get a new volume. I think that would be fun. Just something to like slowly add to the collection without like killing it. Because I feel like when you do it too often, then it's not fun anymore. But it opens like a book. It's so pretty. We have so many fun witchy names. So cute. Very much in your face. Pink, purple, red. We do have like a couple splashes of a little bit more of like a corally pink. Very, very cute. And I feel like Halloween, you know, very spooky, witchy Halloween vibes, but with a very romantic Valentine's-y color story. It's very bold, dramatic, loud, in your face. It's so cool. And maybe we could, like, it's called the Moon Spell. Maybe it's about a love spell. I will find any reason to justify this, but it is a Valentine's palette in my mind. It's so cute. The shimmers are so pretty in this. I have a lot of love for this palette. It's so fun. And last but not least is, I want to say it counts as a Valentine's palette. I'm pretty sure this came out as an alternative wedding makeup palette, but I feel like that still kind of suits the vibe. Very different color story-wise, but theming, I feel like it still fits. This is the Till Death palette from Jolie Beauty. Like I said, they did actually come out with an actual Valentine's collection this year. It's called the Tainted, I believe, but this is the Till Death. This is the one that's more like alternative wedding makeup, but it's so pretty, very smoky, grungy vibes. Definitely a bigger palette than I prefer. Like, I would love to see this brand like edit down just a little bit, like even if we could go like maybe that size, you know? Ooh, that's actually really pretty, like if you kind of focus on like one half at a time. That's really cool, but this is a gorgeous palette. There are some shimmers, like some of these shimmers are a little too satiny for me. They don't have enough impact. They've definitely improved upon that with their most recent launch, the witchy one. I don't remember what it was called, the one that came out in October, and I imagine the Tainted might be similar as well, but I don't know yet. But there are some beautiful reflective shimmers. Like, you can just see how reflective these are. So many pretty mattes. We have really pretty dusty pinks. We have the soft taupey shades. We have the smoky grays, the sagey greens. I think it's very romantic, very pretty, but it's also very edgy and smoky. And the shade names definitely scream like perfect for Valentine's Day. Like, we have romance, petals, love story, bouquet, soulmates, in sickness, in health. I know that's wedding themed, not Valentine's themed, but you get the point. It's very much a romantic love until death sort of vibe, but I think this is fun, very, very cool. And this is the final palette. So those are my picks for my 10 Valentine's palettes this year. I would love to hear your thoughts. Do you have any of these? Do you want any of these? What palettes do you have in your collection that fit the theme? Maybe I even have some in mind that you're like, why did you not talk about that? And it's mostly just because I was trying to narrow it down to 10. I thought picking out just a curated 10 selection would be fun, but I'm honestly excited to see this grow. There was definitely a time where holiday themed palettes, especially more of the smaller ones like Valentine's Day, just didn't really get its own moment in the makeup world, and now it's everywhere. Like, multiple brands launch multiple things every single year, so I'm excited to see where it goes. I loved seeing that a lot of brands have gone kind of the spooky Valentine's Day route as well, because that speaks to me on a personal level. But this has been really fun. I love just talking about makeup. I love talking about eyeshadow. Doing little themed videos like this is just a fun way for me to pick out palettes from my collection and just showcase them and kind of put them into a category. I did a similar style video to this back in January where I talked about all of my galaxy themed palettes. I also every single year talk about my like winter and Christmas themed palettes and also my Halloween palettes. And my goal this year is to maybe once a month or so talk about like a specific category of eyeshadow palettes. I asked for your ideas last month in the galaxy themed one, and you guys had so many good ideas. I've already been writing them down and writing down ideas. There are so many fun options I can do with my palettes. Like, I definitely want to do some like mermaidy, beachy themed ones like you suggested. I want to talk about like my garden palettes. I had some people suggest like fairy themes and stuff like that. Just so many cool ideas. So I definitely want to continue doing this little series where I talk about just themed palettes. But again, I would just love to hear your thoughts. What are you thinking? Do you have any opinions on these palettes? I would love to know. If you made it to the end of this video, leave some Valentine's themed emojis. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Helps my channel out a lot. And if you're not already, you can follow me over on Instagram. I'm BATTYBEAN there as well. And also you can subscribe. I'm posting most days over here. And if you want to, you can hop over to my second channel, linked in my description box if you want some additional content. And also you can join my channel memberships. That'll also be in my description box. There's a couple different tiers with a couple different perks, and I would love to have you. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Okay, bye.